In the shadows of my doubt, when the night was closing in, I could barely hear a whisper through the noise of all my sin. Every step felt so heavy, every prayer seemed lost in pain. But your mercy kept on calling through the silent rain. When I thought that hope was gone, you were there all along. I saw the light again, breaking through the dark within, like the sunrise on my soul, making wounded spirits whole. I saw the light again, grace that washed away my shame. From the cross to where I stand, you called my heart by name, and I saw the light again. In the valley of my weakness, where I feared I'd never rise, you were writing resurrection in the tears behind my eyes. Though I wandered far from heaven, still your love remained the same. Now I'm standing in the promise, not the weight of blame. When my faith was barely there, you were holding me in prayer. I saw the light again, breaking through the dark within, like the sunrise on my soul, making shattered pieces whole. I saw the light again, mercy stronger than my past. From the grave into new life, your love has found me at last. And I saw the light again. Oh, no more chains around my heart, no more fear to keep me bound. Every scar becomes a story of the grace that pulled me out. Hallelujah, I am free. You have turned my night to day. I see the light again, shining brighter than my sin, like the dawn that never ends. Hope is rising once again. I see the light again. Jesus, you have made a way from the cross into new life. Forever I will say, I saw the light through the dark you remain, and I saw the light again. When the night is cold and I lose my way, shadows whisper words I'm too afraid to say. Every doubt surrounds my fragile heart, still your light is shining in the dark. Through every fear, through every fall, you are the voice that softly calls. Your love never fails, it never runs dry. I'm resting in your hands. Every tear that falls unseen, you are there in between. Through broken dreams and shattered plans, you remain forever our stay. Your love never fails, it never runs dry. Higher than mountains, deeper than sky. When I am weak, you are my strength, holding my heart at every lane. Your love never fails, it never lets go. Steady and sure through every storm. No matter where this road may lead, your love is all I'll ever need. No height, no depth, no fear, no shame, nothing can take your holy name from this heart, forever changed. Your love never fails, it always remains constant and true through joy and pain. Now I will sing for all my days of the power of your grace. Your love never fails. Your love never fails. Your in the quiet of the morning light, when my fears are still awake, you whisper hope into my soul. With every breath I take, through the questions and the doubt, through the shadows I can't see, there's a gentle fire rising up, reminding me I'm free.
Even when the night is long, your love keeps singing on.
Heaven in my heartbeat, every pulse declares your name. Grace is flowing through me like an everlasting flame. I was lost, but now I'm found in mercy so complete.
every breath a melody of love that set me free from glory into glory. You're rewriting all my story now. My heart forever sings of the King of Kings.
Heaven in my heartbeat, let the whole world see your light alive inside of me for eternity. No fear, no shame, no chains remain. Your truth has made me free. I feel heaven in my heartbeat. You are heaven in my heartbeat. Forever you will be.
When the night was long and heavy on my soul, when the weight of fear would not let go, I was standing on the edge of my own strength, trying hard but feeling so afraid. Every road I walked seemed dark and cold. Every prayer I whispered felt alone. But in the silence, softly you would say, my child, I have made a way.
When I thought I couldn't stand, you were holding my trembling hands.
I am carried by His grace through the fire, through the rain. When I fall, when I break, still His love remains. I am lifted by His light through the darkest night. Not by power, not by might, but carried by His grace.
There were days I tried to run away from the cross and from the cost of faith. Yet your mercy met me where I stood, covered me in what is good.
Every failure, every scar didn't hide me from your heart. You were writing hope inside my pain, turning lost to gain when my strength began to fade. Your perfect love stayed. I am carried by His grace through the fire, through the rain. When I fall, when I break, still His love remains. I am lifted by His light through the darkest night. Not by power, not by might, but carried by His grace. Not by what I've done, not by who I am, but by the blood of the Lamb. You restore my soul, you made me whole, you never let me go. Even when I can't see, you are carrying me.
I walk through valleys cold and gray, with shattered dreams and words unsaid. I thought the night would never break, and hope was hanging by a thread. I cried in silence, no one knew the weight I carried on my own. But even there in darkest blue, I was never alone. Through every tear that fell like rain, through every scar and every pain, God was there all along, in the quiet, in the storm, holding me when I was weak, singing hope into my soul. When I couldn't see the dawn, when my faith was almost gone, in every step, in every wrong, God was there all along. I searched for answers in the wind, in broken roads that led nowhere. I didn't see His gentle hand, but now I know He carried me there. Every closed and shattered door was leading to a greater plan. What I thought I lost before was held inside His hands. Through every mountain left to climb, He never left my side. God was there all along, in the quiet, in the storm, holding me when I was weak, singing hope into my soul. When I couldn't see the dawn, when my faith was almost gone, in every step, in every wrong, God was there all along. Even when I couldn't feel You, even when I couldn't see, You were writing every chapter of this broken story, turning ashes into beauty, turning sorrow into song. Now my heart will testify, You were there all along. God was there all along, through the fire, through it all, every valley, every fall. You were faithful, You were strong. Now I stand and sing this song. You have been my home, in every right and every wrong. God was there all along. In the silence, in the storm, God was there all along. When the night is closing in, and my heart is trembling, when the weight of all my fears feels too much to bear, I will lift my weary eyes to the one who gentle voice. You whisper peace into my soul, remind me I am not alone. I am safe in the Father's arms, held by a love that conquers all. No shadow deep, no raging storm can pull me from your heart. I will rest in who you are, anchored by your faithful love. Whatever comes, whatever falls, I am safe in the Father's arms. When tomorrow feels unknown and the road is broken, still your promise stands the same. You will never leave. Through the valley and the fire, through the tears and through the trial, I am carried by the grace of a faithful King. You are my refuge and my song. In your embrace I belong. I am safe in the Father's arms, held by a love that conquers all. No shadow deep, no raging storm can pull me from your heart. I will rest in who you are, anchored by your faithful love. Whatever comes, whatever falls, I am safe in the Father's arms. Nothing can separate me, nothing can break your hold. Neither height nor depth can keep me from the love you show. Your mercy stands forever, your promise still remains. Here beneath your covering, I will sing your name. I am safe in the Father's arms, forever wrapped in perfect love. Through every fear, through every scar, you hold my fragile heart. And I'll trust you all my days, even when I don't understand. My life is hidden in your grace, safe in the Father's arms. I was walking through the silence with a heart too tired to pray. Shadows whispered I was nothing, lost and drifting far away. Every road felt cold and empty, every door was closed in shame. Then a voice broke through the darkness, and he softly called my name. It wasn't thunder, wasn't fire, but it burned within my soul. There was a day he called my name. Grace like rain began to fall. Chains I carried broke away. I was no longer lost at all. In the middle of my failure, in the middle of my pain, he looked at me with mercy the day he called my name. I had tried to hide my weakness, tried to run from who I'd been, but his eyes were full of kindness, not the judgment of my sin. Through the cross he wrote my story with a love that took my blame. From the grave to resurrection, I will never be the same. It wasn't thunder, wasn't fire, but it set my heart aflame. There was the day he called my name. Grace like rain began to fall. Chains I carried broke away. I was no longer lost at all. In the middle of my failure, in the middle of my pain, he looked at me with mercy the day he called my name. You called me out of darkness, you called me into light. You called me from the grave and gave these dry bones life. Jesus, you still call us, no matter where we've been. When you speak redemption, our new life begins. Oh, the day you called my name, heaven opened wide. Tears of shame were washed away. Hope was born inside. I will sing forever of the love that overcame. My Savior and my Shepherd, the day you called my
When the storm is raging wild and the night won't let me sleep, every fear begins to whisper, you were lost at sea. But in the darkest hour, I can feel your gentle hand. Like a light that breaks the shadow, you held my heart to stand. Even when the thunder calls my name, I will not be shaken. I am sheltered by His love, covered by amazing grace. When the world is falling down, I still see His face. Through the wind and through the rain, He will never let me not be shaken. I am sheltered by His love, covered by amazing grace. When the world is falling down, I still see His face. Through the wind and through the rain, He will never let me go. I am safe within His arms, sheltered by His love. No power in the darkness, no shadow of the night can separate my heart from your endless light. You are my defender, my peace when fears arise. Forever I will rest in your holy arms. I am sheltered by His love, covered by amazing grace. Through the fire and the flood, still I seek your face. You are with me all my days. You are with me all my days. I am safe within His arms, sheltered by His love. Sheltered, I am sheltered in His arms. Sheltered by His love.
I was walking through the shadows, carrying the weight of shame. Every step felt like a battle, calling out your name. I thought I had to find you, climb a mountain on my own. But in the silence of my breaking, I found I'm not alone. Before my heart could reach for heaven, before my knees touched the ground, grace found me first. Before I knew your love, before my eyes could see the cross, you were reaching down. Grace found me first. In my darkest night, before I ever called your name, you called mine. I was running from the mercy that was chasing after me, through the valleys and the questions. You never let me be. When I thought that I was hidden, lost beyond repair, you were writing redemption in every whispered prayer. Before my heart could reach Was blind, but now I see the light of amazing grace. Grace found me first. Forever I'll sing the love that came and rescued me. Grace found me first. Before I knew, before I prayed, before I hoped, you made a way. Grace found me first. I was walking through the shadows with a heart too tired to pray. Every dream felt like a whisper, slowly fading into gray.
I was searching for a reason, for a light to make me whole. Then your mercy found me broken, when heaven touched my soul.
In the silence of my sorrow, you were calling out my name. Through the ashes of my failure, love was rising from the flame. When heaven touched my soul, all the darkness let me go. Chains of fear were falling like the winter in the snow. I felt grace unfold like a river taking control. I was lost, but now I'm whole. When heaven touched my soul,
Every scar became a story of a love that would not end. Every tear became a river, leading me to you again.
I was drowning in the questions you were holding all along, turning every broken echo into resurrection song.
In the middle of my weakness, you were strong enough to save. From the valley of the grave, you called me by my name.
Touch my soul,
All the darkness let me go.
chains of fear were falling like the winter in the snow. I felt grace unfold like a river taking control. I was lost, but now I'm whole. When heaven touched my soul, it wasn't thunder, it was kindness, not a fire, but gentle light.
Not a shout, but holy whisper, breaking through the night.
You didn't force my heart open, you just loved me through it all. And in that sacred moment, I felt the heavens fall.
Every wound was made whole. Hope began to rise from the deepest broken hole.
When the night feels longer than my faith and my prayers fall quiet in the dark, when the weight of doubt is hard to bear and I'm searching for a spark, I remember whispers in the wind, gentle truth I can't deny. Even when I cannot see your hand, you are standing by. Through every tear that falls unseen, through every broken part of me, I'm still held by God. Even when I feel alone, still held by God. When my strength is gone, in the silence, in the storm, in the valley sun. Every step along this road reminds me I'm not done. Through every fear that grips my soul, you are the one in control. I'm still held by God. Even when I feel alone, still held by God. When my strength is gone, in the silence, in the storm, in the valley I walk through, your love has never let me go. When I fall, you lift me. When I break, you mend. When I lose my way, your mercy never ends. No shadow deep enough, no sorrow strong enough to take me from your arms. I'm still held by God. Through the fire and the flood, still held by God. Covered by your love, now I stand and testify. Even tears can't hide the truth. You have always carried me, and I'm still held by you. I'm still held by you. I'll stand by you. I'm still held by God. Still held by God. Forever in your hand. I'm still held by you. I'm still held by you. I was lost in the silence of my own regret, chasing shadows I could not forget. Every night felt colder than before, searching for love worth fighting for. When I thought the dark would be my home, your whisper found me all alone. It was the mercy that woke me up, pulled me out called my name in the breaking dawn. Your love wouldn't let me stay gone. Grace like light through an open door. I'm not who I was before. It was the mercy that woke me up. Your mercy that woke me up. I was drowning in questions deep inside, trying hard just to hide every failure written on my soul, every wound taking its toll. But your voice cut through the night, turning sorrow into light. It was the mercy that woke me up, pulled me out of the dust, called my name in the breaking dawn. Your love wouldn't let me stay gone. Grace like light through an open door. I'm not who I was before. It was the mercy that woke me up. Your mercy that woke me up. You found me in the grave of my mistake. You breathe life into these bones that shake. No more chains, no more shame. I rise because you call my name. I rise because you call my name. It was a mercy that woke me up, lifted me from the dust. Now I stand in the morning sun because of what you've done. Grace like fire in my soul. You restored and made me whole. It was the mercy that woke me up. Forever you woke me up. Whoa, you woke me up. When I was sleeping in the dark, your mercy lit a spark, and I'll never be the same. Jesus, I bless your name. When the night is closing in and my heart forgets to sing, through the silence and the fear, I can feel you drawing near. Every shadow starts to fade when I whisper out your name. In the quiet of my soul, you remind me I am whole. Even when I lose my way, your mercy leads me home. Under his gentle light, darkness turns to dawn. Hope begins to rise where my strength is gone. I am not alone. Through the longest night, my heart is safe and warm. Under his gentle light. When the burden feels too strong and the road seems far and long, still your promise softly calls. Love that never lets me fall. Through the valley deep and wide, you are walking by my side. Every tear that leaves my eyes, you hold like precious light. closing in, I will rest in Him, under His gentle light. I walked a road of broken dreams, shadows whispering shame to me. Every mistake carved deep inside, like I can never make it right. I tried to hide behind my pride, but guilt was never satisfied. The mirror showed a fragile soul, far from the man I longed to know. But in the silence of my fall, I heard a voice that called my name. I am loved beyond my failures. Grace is stronger than my fears. When my world was torn and shattered, you were holding every tear. Not defined by all my weakness, not condemned by what I've done. I am loved beyond my failures, by the Father and the Son. I thought that mercy had a line, a point where hope would say goodbye. But every time I turned away, your arms are open anyway. No ledger counting all my wrongs, no courtroom singing judgment songs, just wounded hands that reached for me and set my captive spirit free. Through every doubt and every scar, your love was never far. I am loved beyond my failures. Grace is stronger than my fears. When my world was torn and shattered, you were holding every tear. Not defined by all my weakness, not condemned by what I've done. I am loved beyond my failures, by the Father and the Son. On the cross you wrote my story, not with wrath but crimson grace. Every nail and every thorn spoke forgiveness in my place. Now I stand in resurrection. Shame no longer has a claim. I am clothed in holy mercy and forever called by name. I am loved beyond my failures. Nothing can separate, neither death nor darkest valley, nor the weight of my mistakes. I am chosen, I am worthy, not because of what I've done. I am loved beyond my failures, by the risen Holy One. night was closing in and my faith was wearing thin. I was standing on the edge of doubt with a silent, broken heart. I tried to run, I tried to hide from the tears I kept inside. But even in my darkest road, I was never alone. Through the storm, through the cold, there was a hand I couldn't hold. God never let me go, even when I let him go. When I was lost in the shadow, he was like my heart could know. Through the high and the low, when I was weak and feeling small, God never let me go. He was there through it all. I was chasing empty dreams, falling for what glitters bright. Every step away from grace, still he kept me in his sight. Mercy louder than my shame, calling softly through my pain. Every time I lost my way, love remained. Through the fire, through the rain, he was whispering my name. God never let me go, even when I let him go. When I was drowning in sorrow, he became my hope to hold. Through the high and the low, when my faith began to fall, God never let me go. He was there through it all. Oh, no height, no depth, no fear, no regret. Nothing could separate this love I won't forget. When I was hanging by a thread, grace was stronger than my breath. God never let me go, even when I lost control. When I was far from the narrow, he was leading my soul. Through the breaking and the hope, through the rise and the fall, God never let me go. He was there through it all. Through it all. He never let me go. When the road is long and my strength is weak, when the night is cold and I cannot speak, in the silence deep I hear him breathe, calling softly, come and rest in me.
Every burden that I carry, every fear I hide within, he reminds my weary heart, I don't walk this road alone.
I'm resting where he leads, following his peace, even through the valleys low. His gentle mercy flows. I surrender all my needs, trusting what he sees in
Every moment, every breath is cradled in His grace. I surrender all my needs. Jesus, take the lead. In your presence I will be, resting where you where He leads. I was walking through the silence, carrying the weight of shame. Every road I tried was empty, every victory the same. Then your mercy found me broken in the darkness of my fear. You called my name so softly, and suddenly you were here.
Not because I earned it, not because I'm strong, but because your heart is love.
And you've loved me all along. I am chosen by grace alone, not by works that I have done. You reached out and called me home through the power of your Son. Now I stand in mercy's light, covered by your endless love. I am chosen, I am yours.
Chosen by grace alone. Every scar became a story of redemption in your hands. Every failure turned to worship when I learned to trust your plans. You restore what once was shattered, you revive what once was gone. And the grave that held my future now is overcome.
It's not my name that saves me, it's not my righteousness. It is Jesus, only Jesus, my hope and my defense. I am chosen by
In the silence of the midnight hour, when shadows whisper doubt and power, my heart is trembling in the dark, searching for a single spark. I hear the storm inside my mind, every memory unkind, but through the noise so cold and near, there's a gentle voice I hear, calling softly through the pain, speaking hope into the rain. It's the voice that heals my fear, breaking through the atmosphere when my world is crashing down. You are peace, you are my sound. Every tear that falls from here meets the love that draws me near. In the chaos, loud and clear, you're the voice that heals my fear. When tomorrow feels unknown and I'm fighting all alone, every burden on my chest won't let my weary soul find rest. Still your whisper finds my soul, makes my broken spirit whole. Even when I cannot see, your mercy is surrounding me. Through the valley deep and wide, you are standing by my side. It's the voice that heals my fear, breaking through the atmosphere when my world is crashing down. You are peace, you are my sound. Every tear that falls from here needs the love that draws me near. In the chaos, loud and clear, you're the voice that heals my fear. Not the thunder, not the flame, not the glory, not the fame, but a whisper filled with grace, calling out my name. You say, child, I'm always here. You don't have to hide your tears, and every doubt just disappears when I hear.
It's the voice that heals my fear, stronger than the loudest fear. When the night is closing in,
Your light is rising from within. Every chain that held me tight falls away in holy light. Now my heart can finally hear the voice that heals my fear. In the quiet, drawing near, I will listen to the voice that heals my fear. When the night is falling on my fragile heart, and every dream feels torn apart, I hear a whisper through the rain, calling softly through my pain. In the silence of my fear, you draw close, you are here. I am held between heaven and grave, carried by love I cannot reach. Though I stumble, though I fall, your mercy answers every call. In your arms I find my place, forever held between heaven and grace. When the shadows cloud my sight and I cannot see the light, still your promise lights the way, like the dawn of breaking day. Every tear I cry alone, you have counted, you have known. I am held between heaven and grace, carried by love I cannot replace. Though I wander far away, still your mercy makes a way. In your arms I find my place, forever held between heaven and grace. Not by power, not by might, but by love that shines so bright. From the cross to rising flame, you forever call my name. Heaven sings and grace remains, through my losses, through my gains. I am yours and you are mine, bound by mercy so divine. I am held between heaven and earth. Oh, nothing can take your embrace. Through the storm and through the fire, you are all my heart's desire. In your arms I find my place, forever held between heaven and grace. I was walking through the valley of broken dreams, carrying questions no one could see. The night was long, the road was cold, I felt so far from where I should be. Every step felt heavier than stone, every prayer just words alone. But in the silence of my fear, I heard a whisper drawing near, when my strength was almost gone, when I thought I couldn't go on. Faith carried me home, through the dark, through the unknown. When I was lost and all alone, grace was the light that led me on. Even when I couldn't see, love was reaching out for me. I didn't walk that road alone, faith carried me home. year. You were faithful year by year. And if I ever lose my way, I will remember that day when hope rose up like morning sun and victory had just begun. Faith carried me home through the fire, through the storm. When my world was torn and worn, you were my shelter, safe and warm. Now my heart will always sing of the grace that rescued me from the dark into your throne. Faith carried me home through the dark, through the unknown. When I was lost and all alone, grace was the light that led me on. Even when I couldn't see, love was reaching out for me. I didn't walk that road alone. I didn't make it on my own. Faith carried me